Dragonfly is made for it. So I bring the throttle down to about half, quarter now, lower it in, and the second she touches down, you can pick that throttle up and she will just play on the water, which is so nice. Pilots, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James, and today we have the new Skynetic Dragonfly. It is a seaplane that is perfect for the spot we're in. We're off Lake Allatoona at a little park beach. It is nice and empty and beautiful weather to fly this 3S bad boy. So she comes plug and play out of the box. Very simple assembly. We could probably show you it right here over the top of my voice. You're literally just gluing on the two wings, connecting your horizontal stabilizers, and then just getting her plugged into whatever receiver you choose to fly it away. Now, again, it is 3S powered, so I have a 1600 3S inside from Admiral, but when we're done, we'll show you all the features. We'll take off the canopy, we'll do a battery check and all that good stuff. So I say, let's go start flying the Dragonfly. So, walking out on that camera, I already got it bound up. So I just get her down there a little bit and then just give her a little push forward. Nudge her in, and now we get back into position. So now as far as taxiing, you want to use your ailerons too. I noticed in the water, if you just use your rudder, it'll turn, but if you give it a little aileron, it tends to turn a little better. You know, she's not a boat per se, but you know, she'll definitely be able to come back to you wherever she is in the lake. So now we're lined up. Alex, that good for you?
Yep.
All right, taking off, left to right. So give it power. Now the recommended pack size is a 16 to a 2200. I went for the 16. I tend to be the type of person, I'll always go for the lower weight on a battery versus the flight time. I have my timer set for 4 minutes, and I just flew a flight before on my second flight, which was a good test, and at 4 minutes I was down to 3.87 with mixed throttle usage. So flying her in, she can fly nice and slow. That's what I love about her. And then she also has good acceleration. Watch the vertical. Get her up and get her in. We'll come in for a big loop. You know, she could definitely perform some aerobatics, which is great. Now I have my rates at, I put it down to 65%. So I didn't actually measure my millimeters, but I'm at about 65% on my low and 80% on my high, but I've been just flying on the low rates the last 2 flights. They are more than tame enough for me. And on the elevator, I'm at 90%. I wanted the higher rate on the elevator for takeoff, and then I have 80% for flying. So now let's bring her down. I say we touch and go it. So one thing I like about this aircraft, and why you would get an aircraft like this, is so that you can touch and go it, like skipping rocks. Dragonfly is made for it, so I bring the throttle down to about half, quarter now, lower it in, and the second she touches down, you can pick that throttle up and she will just play on the water, which is so nice. And I don't know about you, but that orange color, perfect. I love that it's orange top and bottom all the way through. It's a full speed pass. She's definitely got some nice speed on her for what she can do. Now cutting the power. This is a glide. Oh, love that. We'll come back down the coastline. Let's change our orientation here. We got these big yellow dividers that divide the swimming portion of the lake to the non-swimming. I hit one of those on the last landing, so I'm not gonna land that way this time. Now let's try inverted flight. Now once the pitch down, so that means I'm probably a little nose heavy. I noticed there is a line in the compartment where it says battery placement, but I couldn't hit the CG there, so I moved the battery a little back, and I'm still nose heavy based on where the CG would be, so I probably have room to go back. You know, this is very much like a jet as far as the CG goes. That battery can go farther back than, you know, your standard fixed wing aircraft. Nice and in. Right by us. She looks so good though. I could even see the orange tips when it's like directly facing away. Almost looks like LEDs when the sun's hitting them. Really shines off nicely. But anybody who lives near any sort of body of water, lake, river, ocean, this is definitely a perfect aircraft. If you own a boat, this is the type of plane I would fly off my boat. No doubt. Nice and small, gonna fit in the front seat of your car. Easy to transport. And you hear my timer going, so that'll be my last sort of show pass here. And I don't want to hit those white posts, because my luck, I will. And you hear my timer clocking down. So now I'm in my turn, giving a little rudder. And now I'm down to about quarter throttle. I'm just gonna let it descend. Descend, descend, give a little throttle back. Look at that. And then you drive it right up on the sand. And that is the Skynetic Dragonfly. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, so we just landed it, and we're gonna check the battery now, but overall, the Dragonfly is a sweet, sweet aircraft. As far as all the specs goes, you definitely want to check out our assembly video. Link will be in the description of this video. We'll get more into the spec, but here we'll talk about the CG quick, and I can show you my rates and such. But first, let's see where our battery is. So opening up the canopy, I just want to show you, this is where I have my 1600 placed, and there's a battery line in there, and I'm definitely aft of that line, about an inch at least. And I'm still feeling like I'm a little nose heavy, so I think I could even push that battery further back. But you saw she flew just great in that respect, so if you want to stay there, you can. But she'll definitely be able, I think, even do some high alpha type stuff going forward. Now, what I do like too, as I explained in the assembly video, the EFC is virtually waterproofed, hard to show you here. But then also, taking a look inside where your receiver goes, I do like that this hatch is completely dry. I've got my receiver in a balloon inside that comes with the model, but either way, everything is dry, and then I put tape over my aerials. I have them on the outside of the aircraft. I just like them there to see them, but the tape over the top, even though it gets a little wet, obviously you don't want to submerge it, but for the most part, these magnets and everything that hold this together are very nice and snug fit, so I don't think you're gonna have to worry too much about getting water in there. So first things first, let's check the cells on that battery. And boom, I'm at 3.88. So I even had more time. And again, that was a 4 minute and 5 second. I gave myself an extra 5 seconds of useful throttle time with a 1600. So with a 2200, you could definitely see, you know, some longer flight times, probably pushing into the 5 minutes. You could probably stretch this pack easily to a 5 minute flight as well with a little better throttle usage. So now as far as the rates goes, as I was talking about in the sky, looking at my ailerons first, this is my low rate aileron. That's about 65% of the full travel. And then that would be my high rate, and that's about 85% of the full travel. And then for elevator, set it up in the neutral position. That's my low rate, and that's my high rate. So again, 90 for high, 80 for low. And then my rudder, I leave at 100%, especially because I'm gonna be taxiing around and stuff. I wanna make sure I can turn it around, get out of a sticky situation if need be. So I leave it at 100, and then I fly everything with about 25% expo is where I start. And I work down from there, but expo, again, completely up to you. But taking a look around the Dragonfly, again, as I said, the assembly goes really simple, and the bottom is very straightforward. Your CG is about 10 millimeters from this shelf here. There's a little shelf of the foam. You're about 10 millimeters back. So there are little mold marks on the wings that are right about where the CG line should be. So you'll see them on your aircraft if you get it. And again, I'm still a little nose heavy with the current situation attitude that you just saw, but it flew more than well enough to show you how good it flies and for what it can do. Again, guys, the Dragonfly, perfect aircraft to enjoy the water in RC, to get your aviation fix and your water fix at the same time. Happy to have it in the Skynetic lineup. And as always, guys, links are going to be in the description below. And to wrap up this video, remember, sub, spin, and win. We're giving away some great prizes. We've given away Grippins, we've given away a Vulcan, we've given away a lot of Skynetic stuff, Havoc. You definitely want to be involved with our spin and win. That happens every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern during our live show. You just got to be a subscriber and click that notification bell to be eligible to win a prize. So that'll do it for the Dragonfly. Any questions? Leave them in the comment section down below, and we'll see you next time at Motion RC.